Alright, so now I can show you kind of like what's the lowdown and what goals each class kind of has. Alright, so there's 5 playable races. There's the Char, which you see my Elementalist as. There's the Human race. There's the Norn race, which are considerably larger humans. The Assyrian race, and the Solar race. Just for the sake of showing classes, I'll pick Human. So there's the Elementalist, which is essentially a guy that calls upon elements to help him out. He has multiple different playstyles. No one thing in this game is designated to like one thing in general. Like, there is no... I'm trying to see how to word it. Like, I can be tanky even on an Elementalist. Can I turn on music? Yeah, it's fine. I thought it was a little bit too loud too. So that's good. Someone said something about it. Alright. So the class that I play calls upon elements to help you out. There's no designated thing. I could be tanky even on an Elementalist if I want to. Just going about like respecting my traits the right way. I can be tanky. So it's not that big of a deal, you know what I'm saying? Any class can be tanky. Any class. However, of course, like heavy classes, like the Guardian and the Warrior, are going to be, you know, tanky-er. But any class can actually be tanky. With the Warrior, it's very obvious what he does. He does a lot of control. He does a lot of DPS. Right now, what's popular with him is Shoutbow, which is a very, very Condi-based build, very tanky. But not considerably great. The Guardian is focused around boons, or why is the Revenant Black? Because that's the new expansion. If you read here, this feature will be available upon the future release of Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns, which is the expansion. During limited times, this feature will be enabled for beta events. For more information, please visit blah blah. The Guardian, however, is more so based around boons. However, it can be tanky just like the Warrior. But it's based around boons, which are buffs. You're putting out random buffs, regeneration, which, you know, gives your health like a regenerative value. Might, which gives your character like more attack, etc., etc., like that kind of thing. The Ranger, pretty obvious what the Ranger is actually do. It lays down traps, and it can also be like Longbow, which is extreme damage. It can be Shortbow as well, which is condition damage. But any class can be anything, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyone can be anything in this game. Warrior and Guardian are considerably more tanky-er, but anyone can tank. Thief is meant to be in the stealth events of things. He has a lot of stealth, a lot of his shit's rotated around stealth, and he hits really, really, really hard. Engineer is really a nice little thing to kind of like roll with in general. He has turrets, which he places down, and they're stationary. So these stationary turrets can do anything from healing party members, healing yourself, healing, oh, we went over the healing. So, to setting people on fire, to immobilizing them, which means they can't move, to doing damage, to literally pushing people back. Yes, and everyone can be everything. It's not like World of Warcraft, where orcs can be only certain things. Everyone can be everything. And the benefits are the thing you choose as to, like, what race you choose, right, is dedicated towards, PvE and PvE only. In PvP, it doesn't matter. Like, it won't like, carry over in PvP. So, Necromancer is all about, like, well, pretty much being a Necromancer. There's not really a way to describe a Necromancer. It's a powerhouse, but of course it's very squishy as well. Or it can be a very, conditional, type of play, which, when I say conditions, I literally mean, like, burning, bleeding, cripple, confusion. Like, these are all are conditions. Bleeding can stack up quite a bit and do a lot of damage. It's essentially what it is a dot, a damage over time ability. And that's what these condition is referred to, is condition builds, etc. They're dot builds, damage over time builds. We already went over the Elementalist. You kind of seen me play the Elementalist. And the Mesmer. The Mesmer is very frilly, very girly, but definitely a powerhouse to be reckoned with. This thing can summon clones of himself that can confuse the enemy into attacking his clones instead of himself. Is there a class considered overpowered? To be perfectly honest, no. I'll bitch about classes all the time. And I'll say, like, I think this should be done this way, blah 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 blah. But nothing's actually overpowered. I don't see anything as, like, that should be nerfed. I don't like that. And if I ever do say it, it's literally me just raging. There's nothing, like, it actually feels 100% balanced, and that's what I love about this game, and that's why I'm playing it. Everything just feels balanced. However, when you first come in, I will tell you this. It will feel like Thieves and Mesmers are overpowered when you first come into this game. If you're going into, like, PvP, and the reason I say that is because, like, the knowledge that you hold when you first come into the game is slim. So you end up, like, okay, perfect example. A lot of people say Thieves are Mesmer's hard counter. It's true, but it's not true. A Mesmer can turn that fight around so quickly that it's almost ridiculous. A Mesmer getting his clones up and then using distortion, or having his clones up, or having one clone up and using distortion, you can literally turn the fight almost immediately. Same with any class though, Elementalist, Necromancer, Ranger. You can turn the tide in literally a few seconds if you actually know what you're doing behind your class. However, if you're new, of course, you're gonna take some time to learn it, and it's gonna feel like Thief and Mesmer are really freaking overpowered because of the damage they output. And a lot of people like to cry about Necromancer too, but I just find that fucking funny when they try to cry over that. Yes, that's not the case. Like, rogues and tanks are not the master class in this game. Anything can be killed at any point in time. Anything. And nothing is actually overpowered. There are classes that hit really, really freaking hard. But, they can definitely be mitigated, and there's definitely, like, things you can do to come back.